This is a complete guide on how to do sheep in Farming Simulator 25, including how to buy sheep, how to look after them, how to sell them, and what produce they make. Let's start off then in the build menu. So I'm just going to get out this tractor. We will be using this later in the video. If you're on PC, by default, it is Shift and P for Papa to get into the build menu. I'm not sure, obviously, on console. And this is where we're going to buy our home, if you will, our pasture or our barn to keep the sheep in. If this is a useful video for you, by the way, please do click that subscribe button, as it really helps support my channel. I cover all of the latest releasing games. So you're going to want to go into the build menu, as I said, and then on the animal icon here, scroll over to sheep. You can get a £14,000 pasture, which looks like this. I would really not recommend doing this unless you absolutely cannot afford the other ones. Why, you may ask? Well, if you look down here, you can see this pasture can store 19 sheep, and it needs some sort of grass or grass or hay and water. If we click on any of the housed sheep pens, what you will see here, for example, is that they actually don't have the water icon. None of the housed ones have the water icon. And what that actually means is that you don't need to provide water with these homes. You only have to provide water on the cheapest one. So getting the actual, the proper home ones means you have to do one less thing, which in my eyes is a good thing. I will show you how to get the water and provide it to them, though, if you do need to get the cheapest one. So you can also see you've got 19 sheep, 26, 26, and 68 on the largest one, which looks like this, which is really, really nice. Once you've placed the sheep home, what you're then going to want to do is go onto your map, and we're going to go to an animal dealer. Now, I'm on the Riverbend Springs, and you can see there's a little hand and animal icon. I'm going to click that and visit it, as this is the animal dealer. Now, you can transport the animals yourself, although I wouldn't really recommend it. If you open the animal dialogue with R, you can see in here we can buy animals. And we're going to go to sheeps and goats. And if you're wondering what the difference is between the sheep, I don't believe there is any, apart from, what they look like. So if you want a black Welsh mountain sheep, or if you want a shine scaff sheep, or a Landress of Bentheme sheep, I don't know if I'm butchering the pronunciation here. You do need a home for them before you buy them. As you can see here, it says transport to sheep barn and how many you can have in there. So this will actually come up once you've placed the animal barn for your sheep, and it will automatically transport them to the barn for a small fee. And I can say I want to get 5 of these sheep, and you can get a really young one that will cost you just €1,000 each. You can get an even older one. An older one is cheaper. One is 0 months. Oh, sorry, no, I got really confused then. So the cheapest lamb, which is literally 0 months old, is €200. The slightly older one is €300, and a fully grown sheep is €500. The reason that the younger ones are cheaper is because they need to age before, obviously, they are actually going to give you any wool, and before they can reproduce and breed to make more sheep. You can see the gestation period for pregnancy, and when they hit puberty, which is, I guess, when they can breed, is going to be 8 months here. Sheep produce wool, which can be sold directly or processed further. They eat grass and hay, and require water. This is a lamb. Animals that are healthy and older than 8 months can reproduce. What is a healthy animal? Basically one that has all the requirements, so food and water. And again, if you have a housed one like this, you don't need to provide the water. So let's just buy some adult sheep, and I'm going to say I want 4 of them. I'm going to buy them, and I've chosen to transport them to the sheep barn, and that's going to cost me $2,000. It says a transport fee is applied if you do not transport the animals of your own livestock trailer. Purchase, buy, and if you do use a trailer, what you basically do is you would just line up the trailer here, and they'll put them into the trailer for you. And now you can see that there is some 8-month-old sheeps in the sheep barn. Now we need to actually provide the food and water. So I'm going to go back to my farm here. And for water, I've actually got one. Oh, I'm getting lost. I've got one already over here. See this big tower here? This is a water tower. If we again go into the build menu, I've got to remember where the hell it is now. Is it in a generator? Here we go. The top icon in the build menu, this little barn icon, and then go to the third one from the right, containers. At the bottom, old wind wheel with water tank. This will supply you fresh water for your farm. And what you need to do is hook up one of these tanks that you can buy in the shop, which is a water trailer, and then drive it near the water tower, and you will be able to fill it up. And you can see on the right-hand side, I've already filled it up. Literally just drive this to your sheep pen, and then when you're near the sheep pen, it'll allow you to unload the water. The same thing is going to be with the food for actually feeding your sheep, and what you need to feed them is some sort of hay. If you are mowing your own grass and baling your hay, you can do it yourself, or if you're not into all of that, or you haven't done any of it yet, but you still want to do sheep, you can just buy hay bales like this in the store as well. You will need to buy a tractor with a front loader, which is these orange bits on the front. Add a front loader attachment and some hay bale spikes and spike it. So to do that, I will show you how to buy that in the store in just a moment. So once it's all attached though, you can go advanced controls and sort of move it up and down, and you literally will just spike it. You just drive into it with the spikes, basically. Let's just go into the shop and see what we need to buy to do that. Go into tractors. And I'm going to go medium tractors. And can you see here, it just says tractors are required to pull trailers and tools. Whereas this one here, for example, says this trailer can also attach a front loader. If I double click into it, you then need to go to front loader attacher and put one on, which is the front bit here. Can you see if I take it off? So you do need to add that in when you buy your tractor, or take it to a garage, which is near the store, to customize it once bought to add that on. So not all tractors can have that. Then you need to go to front loaders. I bought this front loader. And then front loader tools, which is the bale spike or bale king. I think the bale king, you could spike it and then maybe it moves it up. Transporting these bale spikes, my tractor, have I still got the... Yeah, I made a guide on it. And this is for my snipping tool for my thumbnail. I ended up like this. So this here is the bale. This here is the tractor. And it is not looking good. So yeah, they're actually, it can make it really wobbly and stuff. It was absolute hell to transport this bale spike. But you basically just drive into it. I actually don't know how I'm going to get the spike off. And see here, can you see there's a little animal icon? So at the front here, I think you could just put the bale down. So I just sort of, offload it. How the hell do you offload this? How do you get it off here? There we go. You can kind of sort of like fling it off with the controls, but it's very annoying to do so. And here are the sheep here. You can see them going in and out. If we come up to it, there is a little animal icon here. You can press open animal thing, and you can actually buy sheep in here as well. Oh, nice. And then this icon on the left is where you can sell the sheep. And it shows you the total capacity. If it's on a grass or meadow, I think they may be able to actually forage their own food, and the productivity. So you just need to make sure that they are actually fed, etc. So I'm not sure if the bale, it does show as like a food icon here. You can also turn on shed lights if you want. I might need to move the food. To me, it would look like I need to put it here, because that's where the icon is. Because this is not the best place to obviously have them. Ah, that's how you would do it. If you just dump it like that, so just point it down while it's in the air. So like lift up the hay bale and then just sort of point it down like that so it falls off, I think would be the best option. But these baling tools, etc., are really annoying to use, I must say. Okay, guys, so I've looked into this a bit more. There should actually be a filling icon somewhere around the paddock, and I've tried a different one as well. Again, there's this logo here, and you should be able to drop the hay at the logo. And what I've seen other people have as well is a different icon, which is like the unloading icon. I'm just going to show you at my silo because that has the same icon. And it just absolutely categorically doesn't work. And I think it's a bug. And I've seen people on the Steam forums have had the same issues. Yeah, see this icon here where it's like indicating you can dump something here? Some people have got this icon around their sheep pen. And they can just empty it with like the keybind, the same as you would into a silo or into a tipping point. I don't seem to have that. And I've seen that people have tried doing the same thing at the food drop-off point, like I could see here at my sheep pen, so I am doing it correctly. And it just isn't working at all. Where it is working, however, to prove that this is the correct way of doing it, because I want to help you guys out here, but it feels disingenuous to do a guide and it's not working, but I can't really do much about that, is my chickens. So, see, this is the same logo we had at the sheep pen, right? The exact same logo here as we had at the sheep pen. And in my big bag of wheat here for my chickens, which I have literally I've just left the bag at the logo and even a bit away from it. And you can see there's 919 litres of food in here. And if I go in here, it doesn't tell you... Does it tell you in here? You can see on the bottom right corner of my screen, it says 74 litres of food. And the health of the animals, which is 30%, is slowly increasing as they are fed. So it says food, 74 litres, and there's 919 in here, which is where they've been eating a little bit. And then it's automatically just going into the coop by putting the bag of feed here. So that is what we do, guys. You just leave the bale at the icon here. So you would just leave the bale. Maybe it takes a while for it to go in. Maybe it will take 10-15 minutes. I'm going to show you one more time just so it's really obvious what you are meant to do. But I'm just warning you in case it is bugged. Unfortunately. At this icon here, this is where you will get, this is where you will put the hay bales or grass bales. And this bit here is where you will actually get your wool. So once they start producing wool, it will start automatically appearing on pallets here. And that, everyone, is everything you need to know about raising and rearing sheep in Farming Simulator 25. Check out the playlist on screen to see things like chickens and other farming tutorials that I've done.